DTI fam, was good, baby? We're back with another daily drive-by when we talk about the thoughts that are on my mind as I'm on the road, traveling. It's the beginning of the year, it's the new year, and I gotta say, it's gonna start picking back up. Whether that's work trips, personal trips, or wedding trips, whatever it is, the travel is here, and so the daily drive-bys could come more than every Thursday. We will see what happens. But this week, I wanted to talk to you guys about going after your dreams, goals, and aspirations like we always do, baby. That's a main theme around this. It's how do I think of things to make myself better, and then how do I take those things and help other people be better? And there's just so much momentum and movement in so many different areas of life. And with doing DTI 50, it has me so locked in, and just my mindset and the creativity around things and the thoughts that I'm having and the things that I'm going after. Right now, we're revamping how we push our podcast out there. Before, it was like, oh man, there's AI tools out there. Let's utilize those and we'll pump out clips and we'll see what they do. And over the last year of using that system or platform, we've had a couple go viral. 60, 80, 200,000 views. But what I realized is like, dude, we're putting so much stuff out there and it's honestly like shit. Like, why would somebody want to watch this video that has no intent behind it other than a software generating the clips from our podcast where we talk about critical things around health and wellness and well-being, knowing that we're not the experts, but what we've done has helped us, so we want to help other people. And so the Inspire community within DTI is all going after different dreams, goals, and aspirations they have this year, from full marathons to half marathons to 100-milers to 100-pound weight loss journeys to 60, 70-pound weight loss journeys to new jobs to moving. Like, there's just so much stuff going on in the community. And I'm like, we've been doing this for so long. I want more traction. We need more traction. More people need to hear us and know about us. And so I started being more intentional with the clips that we're putting out and actually editing them myself. And what it's made me realize about editing them yourself is that, like, things that you work on take time, and you have to put the energy and effort in to be able to see the results that you want. And even though we were seeing results, they weren't the results that I wanted in life. And I look at my mental health journey, I took control of that. I look at my physical health journey, I took control of that. I look at wanting to start a business, I took control of that. By doing it, taking action on a consistent basis to be like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do this, and it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna do all these things. And I made it happen. I made it work. And I think that's the cool thing about life and the journey, is that you learn throughout all of this stuff, the different steps and metrics and all these different things, thought process, whatever it is, that play a factor into it. And so what I realized is I need to be more intentional with the clips that we're putting out. I need to be more intentional with the effort that we're putting in to make sure that the critical points in the podcast that we deem are the most relevant or that will hit the audience the best have the time and attention into it. And so I found a gentleman, reached out to the gentleman after studying his content, going through every single video. And next thing you know, we start talking. Next thing you know, I join his community. He welcomes me in, and it has been life-changing in sense of visibility, traction, mindset, vision of how clips should be centered, how they should be focused, and what you should do in order to be able to reach that audience, to be able to have more viral moments, to be able to have more audience reach and conversion off of the stuff that we're putting in. And I'm not saying like, oh, now I want to be viral and I want this bit. No, like, I just want our stuff to be heard, and I think it deserves to be heard. We get a lot of comments, a lot of DMs about, hey, this podcast was great. Hey, you guys could improve here. Hey, I want you guys to talk about this. And we take all that stuff in, we analyze it, we view it, we focus on it in order to be able to then keep doubling down on what works and what people like. And throughout the editing process, I started off, again, loading a link into a AI database. They would populate stuff, and then we would automatically publish them onto our different social media channels. But what I'm doing now is the actual integration of B-roll, the integration of storyline, the integration of intent and mindset around what is being talked about, how it's being heard from others, taking out filler words, editing in B-roll, putting music behind it, when to bring the music in and when to take it out, when to bring B-roll in and when to take it out, and how to shift and position these clips. And so what used to take me 30 seconds is now taking me an hour and 30 minutes for one clip, because I didn't know this system, I didn't know this platform. But what I've done is I've dove headfirst into learning what this editing platform is the capabilities of it, and then how do we take this and elevate our content based off of these different strategies and metrics that work for other big podcasts that this guy is a part of, and implement it into ours so that way we can see that traction and success. We posted 2 videos. This is very new in the process. We posted 2 clips that take this strategy. Both of those clips on the platforms have done better than our last 30. And I just looked back at our last 30. They're ranking number 2 and number 3 out of our last 30 clips in terms of views, likes, engagement, and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is there's a method to this madness, and I think that we're figuring it out, and I'm excited to see how it expands. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because when we want to see change and when we have goals, dreams, and aspirations that we're going after, there is not this magic button or this magic thing where we can upload a link and it all makes it easier for us. We have to realize that this stuff is fucking hard. And I think that's what scares most of us away is like, I don't know how to do this, so I'm going to go for it. And then you get overwhelmed, you don't know what to do, so then you stop, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna get back to it, stop, get back to it, stop. Same thing with mental and physical health. Those journeys are so hard to see the transformation. When you start working out, you don't instantly start losing weight. You don't instantly start feeling better. You don't instantly start seeing what this is going to do for you in the future. You don't see how it's going to impact relationships. You don't see how it's going to impact your career. You don't see how it's going to impact your communication skills. But the longer you stick to it, the more results that you see. That is the key right there, my people, is when you go after something, understand in the beginning, it is so foreign, you have no idea, but if you have the mindset that I'm going to stick with this no matter how hard it gets, or no matter how confused I am, or no matter how dark this realm is because I know nothing about it, I'm going to stick to it in order to see the results. When you can switch your mindset to have that vision and that reality, you'll realize that you are unstoppable. And so even though I'm early on in this process, and I don't know if it's going to work or not, but when you see other people succeeding doing the same stuff, there is a reason for that. And so if you can take how other people have done it, weight loss journeys, there's people we know that have lost 30 pounds, that have lost 200 pounds, and they've kept it off and they've stuck it out. There's people that were super depressed and anxious and beat down in life and didn't know what direction to go, but they just started small with journaling, with walking, with eating healthier, with all these different things that play a factor. Something gain the traction. They're like, I'm not having these dark thoughts. And by somebody, I'm talking about myself here back in the day. I'm not having these thoughts no more. I'm not having this. I'm not having that. Oh my God, I sleep better. And you're like, I need more of this. I want more of this. And so if you can get past the beginning where we understand that it's going to be hard to learn, develop, and grow, to understand the process, to understand the vision, to understand the why, it all becomes clear over time. Again, we're seeing incremental success right now in this clip realm that we're doing. Now, what happens when I get faster and that hour-and-a-half clip now takes 20 minutes and that storyline gets better and this and that and the podcast guests come in and this and that, and everything starts playing a factor and we see the traction, we see the results, we see the effort, we see it all paying off. Next thing you know, now we're unstoppable because we're like, we figured out the method to the madness. We figured out the ingredients to the soup. We figured out the path forward. This is what we have to do. Okay, this may be taking a lot of time for us, but if we're reaching more people and we're doing all these different things and we're bringing in more clients, then we can. And you see, the clarity in the brain when you focus on stuff allows you to see abstractly. It allows you to see bigger. That's what we have to see in life. Dude, love and fall in love with the hard. Fall in love with the hard. The hard is what teaches you lessons to learn, develop, and grow in life. It's the only thing out there besides failure that will take you from here to up here. And that is in every single realm of life. Your mental health. It was good, then it got bad. Why is it bad? Oh my God, bad. Next thing you know, it spikes up because you're focusing on it. You went through the hard. You saw what you don't want and you saw what you do want. Everybody wants to be happy. They don't want to be depressed. They don't want to be anxious. They don't want to have struggle. They don't want to have all the, but guess what? That's life. And life is going to throw that at you. And so if you can learn how to navigate those situations in life, you're now no longer riding the wave. The wave is riding you. And you're staying afloat. You're staying ambitious. You're staying driven because you know that this too will pass. Same thing with the physical health journey. You're like, how did I fucking get 50 pounds overweight? How am I so weak? Why am I so fatigued? Why am I tired all the time? Why am I not sleeping good? Then you start putting that effort into the body and you don't see the change right away. But the compound interest, day in and day out, when you stick to it and work and work and work, you see it pays off. You see that it comes forward. But it's hard in the beginning. It's draining in the beginning, especially when we can't see tangible results right away. It's like, am I doing this the right way? Am I focusing on the right things? Am I doing the right things? I don't fucking know. But then it becomes clear. And that light starts shining in that dark moment, that dark time. So what I'm saying, people, is in the beginning, anything is fucking hard. Right now I'm doing DTI 50. Not drinking, eating good, all that stuff. I'm feeling amazing. Like I said, the mental clarity is there. The effort is there. The discipline is there. The reason why and the purpose behind it is there. So I know that I want to keep it going. But it's hard because, like, I'm grilling and I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to drink right now. Like a little beer while I'm grilling. But does the action give you the reward or payoff that you want? And I know right now, I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat shitty. I want to feel good. I have a wedding coming up. I got a bachelor party coming up. I got friends' bachelor parties coming up. I got their wedding to be in. I want to feel good. I want to look good. And I know right now I don't look and feel good. But I'm starting to see the results because we're what? 14 days in to the year. And I'm like, I see change. I was 171 at the end of December. I'm 164 right now. By my minimal changes in my life. Minimal. But again, when you have the purpose and you have the why behind something that you want to do or go after, you will put in the effort to fail, to struggle, to not understand, to learn, develop, and grow. Because there is a why and a purpose attached to it. You're doing it for yourself and not for anybody fucking else. And that is the key. Most of us don't do the things that we say we're going to do because we just say them because they sound good or because somebody else is doing them. But when you focus on yourself and you do these things for yourself, you realize that that struggle, that pain, that suffering, that failure is worth it because of what it's doing in the end and what it's working towards. So as you go on this journey of the new year, since we always talk about the new year, everybody talks about the new year and the stuff they're doing, how are you going to take what you're doing right now and let this last throughout the rest of the year? Don't let this be a 30-day stint. Don't let this be a Facebook ad where you can get these results in 30 days because those results don't stick. You don't build that foundation to then develop and grow upon. What you do is you give yourself a reward and it's like, I was so good for 30 days, but then the rest of the 335 days, you're a piece of fucking shit, back to your old habits, back to your old ways, not fucking succeeding in anything you want because you're not putting the attention in. You're letting others win over yourself because you're giving them the yes instead of saying the no to be able to go forward. Whew. That hits. If you can take this message and apply it to the things that you want to achieve, accomplish, or do in life, you guys will find a reason why to go after, a reason why to do, a reason why to fulfill, a reason why it's important. Because you're first starting with yourself versus anybody else. So I'll wrap this up here and just say that as you are going through this journey of life, realize that in order for things to change, they have to align with the actual vision and traction that you want to go after, the things you want to do, the people you want to meet, the accomplishments you want to achieve. All of it has to start in here, and then it has to go to here so that way you can execute. Go through the hard, go through the struggle, go through the pain to learn, develop, and grow. Go out there, have the desire to inspire, make the most out of this life. We only have one of them, and so don't look back and regret the things that you've done or haven't done. Start today and make the change. Put in the effort and do the things that you have to do in order to see yourself grow, to achieve those heights and those aspirations that you have for yourself, because you can get them. Until next time, that's all I got. Here is your daily drive-by for this week, and we'll be back next week with another message that hopefully resonates. And if it doesn't, tune in. You never know when it will. I love y'all. That's all I got. It's all.